Getting out of your comfort zone can be one of the most challenging things we sometimes face. I don't know, the thought of putting myself in an awkward situation literally drives me insane. I'm so used to being in the comfort of my own home, and better yet, not having to deal with anyone. But as you can see, today's a little bit different. Now, I may not be doing much but getting out of my house, but that's honestly a lot to me. They say little steps will eventually turn into big steps. I guess I'm curious on who I am on the outside of this shell. But I guess I'll never know without making some kind of change. There's an awesome quote that says, "Your life doesn't get better by chance, it gets better by change." And I mean, we all want a better life, right? So let that be your motivation to make some changes, even if it kind of sucks.
Your life doesn't get better by chance, it gets better by change. Jim Rohn, right?
Yeah, it actually is. You can hear that?
I can.
That's weird. I thought these were like noise canceling or something.
Well, I hope you kept your receipt.
Right?
I'm James, by the way.
Josh.
So where you from?
I'm from here.
Oh, nice. Well, I'm from Houston, but moved down last year. You ever been to Houston?
A couple times.
Married? Kids? You know, I've had many conversations like this before, but this one has to be the greatest.
Do I know you?
I hope not.
Well, I appreciate this awesome conversation. I don't know. I kind of struggle with getting out of my comfort zone. So me sitting in the middle of downtown, it's kind of a lot. Plus this conversation kind of got pushed on me. Gotta slow down with the questions, brother.
You know, you're like the third person that told me that today. You know, I've always struggled with getting out of my comfort zone.
Do you?
Well, mine isn't obviously talking to strangers, but it's a battle I continue to fight. That's how I knew the quote from Jim Rohn.
It's a pretty good quote, huh? Man, getting me to do something so small, like sitting out here in public, it's embarrassing, but it's actually a lot, man.
Yeah, it just affects people differently. Figure out what a good life means to you, and you set it at your own pace. Keep doing what you're doing, and the next time I see you, I promise you won't have me pushing this conversation.
You know, you're probably right.
Stuck inside at noon, out where the stars forget to shine.
One of the biggest things I truly struggle with is simply getting out of my comfort zone. And it may not seem like it with these videos, especially with me recording in public, talking to the camera, and honestly just putting myself out there. But trust me when I say, it can get really bad. What is going on, everyone? As always, thanks for clicking on this video. So not only are we outside, but I have my bike. I don't know, feeling a little bit adventurous. There's something about change that really terrifies a lot of people. It's like getting forced into an unknown place with no direction. But it's honestly the comfort that you have developed in your personal life that causes this whenever you get pushed out of it. But the benefits you get from leaving your comfort zone typically, or I should probably say only comes when you force yourself out of that area. Think about it this way. If it were up to me, I'd be inside all day. The feeling that I typically get from just not being bothered or not having to deal with anyone sometimes just seems unmatched. But the thing about that is that it's only gonna get me so far. So I can either choose to continue to live like this and see little to no progress, or just slightly make adjustments to then start to see some changes and benefits from just getting out of that comfort zone. I will say, being introverted has saved me a lot of money and probably has kept me out of like a lot of crazy things. But it's not the crazy that I'm curious about, it's just wanting to know the adventure and just kind of seeing life through a different lens. So with that being said, today I just decided to kind of take my bike out on an adventure, just kind of relive that little kid and just kind of, I don't know, just see things differently. But the funny thing about this bike is that I've owned it for like 4 years and I've probably only used it like 2 or 3 times, but not today.
time, it's not a joke.
I wanted to make this video to just put some focus on getting out of your comfort zone. And I think this is a topic that a lot of us can relate to or continue to struggle with. You know, growing up, I was never the type of person to raise my hand in class or, you know, simply go out of my way to make a friend. And it's something that has definitely carried over into my adult age. And I can definitely kind of pinpoint different areas on how it has affected me now. You see, comfort sounds like such a peaceful word. And it can also be something that's really easy to get along with. It's like one of those things that takes zero effort, but the feeling afterwards just feels amazing, if that makes sense. But that feeling is always temporary. I think comfort is one of those things that can be really good for you, but can also lead to some really bad things once you start to take advantage of it. And that can pretty much cover all aspects of your life. You see, for me, comfort has always been like my best friend, right? Something that you can easily trust and something that isn't, you know, so scary. But as I mentioned, it was one of those things that just started to really take a toll on me and really start to show its effects on some of the things that I just wanted in my personal life or wanted to like go out there and achieve. You know, these videos that I make, they just take so much energy and like honestly so much self-talk for me just to go out there in public and just set up this camera. I don't know, it's just so nerve-wracking, but the feeling that I get afterwards literally does circles around, you know, what comfort once brought me. You don't really have to make these big changes to walk this road of getting out of your comfort zone. You'd honestly be surprised on what little changes can actually do. And I think this is where, you know, a lot of people get stuck. This is where I get stuck. But something that you really have to remember is that enough little changes will soon equal this big change. And I really think that's something that we all should focus on.
Get out there and make those small changes. Some changes may seem too difficult, but the other side of that change is far brighter. You'll soon discover things about yourself that you would have never known. And that's the amazing thing about getting out of your comfort zone. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of change. Well, new change. So don't feel alone on your journey of new discovery. I like to focus on some of my past changes, and that always, you know, tends to help my new changes that I'm up against. But with that being said, the weather here in Austin has just been super amazing. I know in the last video, I was just talking so much mess about it. No, but honestly, this past weekend, it was just so fun. The sun was out. I don't know. It just made it super fun to go out there and shoot, especially with a topic like this of going out there and just getting out of your comfort zone. It's one of those topics that I'm super close to because I just know the effects and just kind of know how it makes you feel once you're kind of pressing, you know, the other side of that change. So I'm super glad I was able to vent to you guys. And I don't know, hopefully you were able to, you know, pick something up, put something in your pocket and just kind of help you along your journey. Also, if you are in the Austin location and ever want to be a part of these episodes, whether it's to help in production, be in it, or just to come hang out, definitely let me know. I just plan on shooting more outdoors and just being able to capture the beautiful city. But with that being said, I hope you guys really enjoyed this little story and just were able to pick some things up that you can continue to carry on after this video officially finishes. If you don't already follow my other social media platforms, the link will be down in the description. So don't forget to stop by and say what's up. Thank you again for continuing to stick around and just growing with this community. And as always, I'll see you next time. Peace.